Hello and welcome to this video where we're now going to be taking a look at how we can place the leaves on our branches. So I'm going to go ahead and just hide one of these for now. We're just going to be working with this branch. So I'm going to go ahead and just assign a branch like color here, just for visual representation. So let's do something like this and assign this over here. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to go ahead and we want to place our leaves onto the branch. And what I've done is, just before this video begins actually, is, well actually I've not done this, is let's just delete this, is we need to set the pivot point of each one of these leaves. Now this is important because the position of this pivot point, this means is going to be where the leaf is going to be placed. So I'm going to select all these and I'm going to go to reset X forms, reset pivot point, and then I'm going to select all these and pull them all down to about here. So we get them all placed around the base. And I'm going to the left view, and I'm going to also move them too. So something like this, and I'm just going to do this individually now. So I'm going to select this one, put forward, and this one, and let's just see. Okay, this one needs pulling forward over here. And we need to place these like so. And let's do the same here. Let's this back and up and back. And we just need to make sure that these are in the right place here. I'm going to go to the left view and do this. And I'm just going to do this for all these sections. So let's just invert the selected and hide, and let's select this, which is left, and let's place this correctly in this one. And this one. So now we can go to the front and just place these properly. So this looks like it's in the right place. And finally, let's check this one. Okay, so that one's fine. So let's unhide everything. And I'm just going to quickly rename these. Leaf A. Leaf B, leaf C, and finally leaf D. So now what we want to do is we want to place these onto this branch, or onto these branches. So we're going to start with the left one. Oops, don't want to freeze this. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to select the leaves. We're going to go to Object Paint. We want to make sure that we are Paint on Object List. It's going to ask us to add things to the list, and we're going to choose Pick Selected, as we already have these leaves selected. We're going to go Paint On. So we're going to select the branch here. We're going to choose Paint On, and we're going to choose Selected Object. And once we have that, we are going to go over to, let's see, Rump, and yeah, let's keep this to Rump, and we're going to change this to, let's see, yeah, 100 by 80 should be fine. So what actually happens is when we paint, the longer the stroke, the smaller these leaves should get. So if we just change this So let's do something like this. And so you can see it places the leaves on the onto the actual branches. So let's just go ahead and you see I have this spacing set up to 30. So you may want to play around with this. So we're going to just go ahead and just start painting these like so. And let's paint these like this. Let's do it all the way up here. Okay. And let's just undo that last action. Do that again. And one more time. Let's do the same here. Okay. So once we have that, what we need to do now is, let's just, there we go, is go to the select and rotate tool, and this will make sure the position of all those have been saved. And all we want to do now is begin to rotate and essentially just delete some of these. We also want to duplicate some of these. So like we can duplicate these and put them up here. Okay, and we can just start to manipulate these, make copies of them. So this is just a pretty easy way to do this. And don't be afraid to start to scale these up and make them bigger and smaller. So I'm going to delete this. And we just want to keep moving these around. Now don't be afraid to actually cover some of the actual branch here. Otherwise we're not going to get, or this won't look very realistic. Okay, so don't be afraid to do that. Now what we're really aiming for here is the front to look good. So we're not really too bothered about anything else. We just want the front to look fine. So just keep rotating these and moving them around like this. And you want to just try and get some random shading, and the random shading will help the overall model when it comes to baking this out. Now we can select these and start moving these around if we'd like to. Again, we just want to keep our eye on the front, so if it looks fine on the front, then it's probably going to be fine anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and do this entire tree. Okay, so or this entire branch. So I'm going to pause the video and we'll come back once this is complete. Hey, what's up? Welcome back here. So we have completed, or should I say I have completed adding all the leaves to the branches here. So just for some sort of quick tips before we finish, you want to rotate these and trying to make some random shading. So you can see here that it's still a little sloppy and all the shading is not perfect yet, but you just want to rotate these, make some random shading. It's just going to look much better when it comes to the normal map itself. Try to keep the leaves pointing sort of towards the up direction, just in general, and always keep your eye on the negative space here. So what I mean by that is the space between the leaves. Okay, so try not to have anything that's too overlapped. That's not to say you can't do that, but just try and keep it as clean as possible. Try to at least at some points make the leaves overlap the branch here, so it doesn't look as if it's just a super clean texture, and it would just and it would just look unnatural if that was the case anyway, where there's no overlap over the branch. So let me just undo this here. So yeah, so just have some overlaps over the branches. Try to scale everything. So I tend to keep the leaves at the bottom a little bit bigger than the ones at the top, and as I scale these up and down, and then I'll just scale or make some of these leaves a little smaller whenever I need to fill up the negative space. So those are just some quick tips on getting something that looks pretty nice. So I'm just gonna scale this, and just keep looking backwards and forwards at your texture. And if you look at your texture and you think something looks wrong or a bit off, then the chances are it probably is, and you should just go ahead and fix them. So and let me just rotate 1 or 2 more of these, and we will be done. So this is going to be it for this this section. In the next video, what we're going to do is we're going to set these up ready to bake onto alpha planes, and then we will get ready to make the actual tree itself. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.